Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Spill the Tea. My name's Gina. I'm one of your hosts, joined here with my handsome co-host, Rick. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, except for the fact that we had to step away from the Phillies game to record this episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's just poor planning on our part.
It is. It's all right. You get stuck at work, and then this is what happens.
Yeah, it doesn't help that the first game was at 8 p.m. and then it got pushed back to 7 p.m. for the next ones, and now we're at 5. The games being at different times is weird.
It's definitely making life hard. That's okay, though.
Phillies are up right now. Hopefully it stays that way while we're in here, because we're probably going to be here for the duration of the game. So
Probably, and for anyone who doesn't know, now you know. We are a Philly-based Disney podcast. But yes, we are here to talk Disney, so let's do it. A lot of Disney news dropped just in time for this episode. So, would you like to go first? You want to start with the good stuff or the bad stuff? I'd say there's 3 bad, 1 good.
Yeah, I think we should probably start with bad stuff, just end on the good notes.
Okay.
So, bad stuff is kind of mostly lumped together. There's a lot of price increases. Not a lot money-wise, just there's a lot of things with the prices being slightly increased. So
that
we have
time of year again.
We have annual pass price increases. We have parking price increases, and we have memory maker increases.
Yeah, so the most that the annual passes are being increased by, I believe, was $50. It went from like $1,399 to $1,449 for the price. I know I just worded that really weirdly. $1,449 is the new price of the most expensive pass, where before it was $1,399. The Sorcerer Pass, which is a step below that one went up by $30. The Pirate Pass, that one went up by $50. And even the Pixie Pass saw an increase of $40. So the pass prices did go up. Parking went up by $5. It was previously $25. Now it's $30. And Memory Maker, that one's ranging anywhere from $6 to $16, depending on what you're buying and when you're buying it.
Yeah, I think the most frustrating one for me is parking. I always hate paying more for parking.
Which is funny because we very rarely have to pay to park because we always just stay on property. And
yeah, but like thinking to
the buses.
Thinking to like around here when we go to like Phillies games and stuff like that, like the worst part about it is paying for parking.
Oh yeah.
And $5 doesn't seem like a lot because they say it's $5 per person, but it's per person, and there's a lot of people that park at Disney. They're making a lot
per car. I was like, what do you? I thought you meant per person in the car.
Sorry.
I was like,
but they're making a lot of money based off of $5 extra a car.
Well, and if you think about like your budget, if you had a certain amount budgeted and you were planning to go to the park for 5 days, that's $25. It's a whole day of parking extra that you're paying now.
Yeah.
If you think about it like that, and like $25 in a family's budget, like I'm not gonna say it could make or break because it shouldn't. If it's that tight, you should probably wait a little bit longer before your next Disney trip. Mm-hmm. But like it could really dip into like maybe their snack budget for a week or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that part stinks. Annual passes, when my brother sent me the text that they had gone up, and I was like, how is it possible that they could have gone up more? I was pleasantly surprised to see that they only went up by $50.
Yeah.
But like that's just now. When are they going to go up another 50 and another 50? So like I was surprised on that one. And Memory Maker, why does that have to go up? You get digital downloads. Why do you have to raise the price of our digital downloads?
Yeah, that one's already pretty expensive.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's fine. We know Disney's expensive. We know to expect these price increases every year. And we know that if you're budgeting for a Disney trip, you need to include the fact that prices could be raised. If your trip isn't for another 3 years, you need to over budget because they can raise the prices at any point. We haven't bought our tickets for when we go down in January yet. We still have to buy them. This morning I was like, we got to buy them because if they're doing the price increases now, sometimes they just go on a binge and they do them all at one time. So, especially right now, October is the start of their fiscal year. They started October 1st. Yeah, so this is probably when we're going to really see it. So,
starting now.
Starting now. But that's the bad news. Sorry to start out so negative.
We're going to go up.
Now we're only up from here. On to the good news. You can say it because I just talked a lot about that.
No, that's okay. You can say it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so the good news is park hopping is completely back to normal starting on January 9th.
I always find it funny when they have like these dates so far in advance. But at the same time, I get you can't just be like effective immediately.
Sometimes, some things they can. But this one, it makes sense why they're not, because January 9th, I'm 99% sure. I haven't looked too much into it because I'm not currently an annual pass holder, but I believe that's when they're starting the annual pass holder. What are they called? Basically, annual pass holders won't need a park reservation as strictly as they do now.
Okay.
And I believe that also starts January 9th. Dining plans also start January 9th. Like, that's like the time that they're starting everything because it's after the holidays and it's after marathon weekend.
Okay.
With when marathon weekend, like, that's when the crowds will start to die down until really the next run or until the next holiday. There is a holiday in February.
Valentine's Day.
No, there's another holiday. Isn't there a holiday like at the end of February? People tend to have off for
President's Day.
Yeah, so kids will have off school for that.
Gotcha.
So that's when you'll start to see the crowds again. So that's a perfect time for them to start things because there's not really crowds. It's not too bad.
It's also kind of weird to me that it's on a Tuesday. Is that another fiscal thing?
That I don't know. My thought on that would be literally marathon weekend. Like, I'm running the marathon on the 7th.
Okay, so just give
So a lot of people, if they're not running the marathon, are probably leaving the 7th.
Yeah.
If they are running, they're probably leaving on the 8th.
Yeah.
So by starting, like, I plan on leaving on the 9th.
Yeah.
Because we were going to go to a park a day.
Yeah.
After. So that's where that makes sense to me. There could be a more business related reason, like the fiscal year or something like that. But
I was just curious. Tuesdays are weird. Yeah,
I'm just assuming they're trying to start all of these things while the crowds are low, because then if guest services has to get involved, it's less people in lines. Could be anything though. That's just my theory. But to explain the park hopping thing for anyone who doesn't know, if you have a park hopper ticket currently or an annual pass, you can't park hop until after 2 p.m. So if you go into Magic Kingdom and then want to park hop over to Epcot, you can't get into Epcot until 2 p.m. saying that you've already gone to Magic Kingdom. Like, you have to go to Magic Kingdom first. So, that's what's going away on the 9th. The reservations also. Okay. So with taking away the reservations, that's the perfect time to stop the park hopping restrictions.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But so they're taking away that 2 o'clock time frame. So if it's 10 o'clock and you're in Magic Kingdom and it's mobbed and you don't want to be there anymore, you want to go to another park, you can do that and just go somewhere else. So I like that they're giving this freedom back. I felt like it was kind of just like a power control thing at this point, because it was like, what is the point of it anymore? I got when they did it for crowd control during the pandemic, but like, what's the point anymore?
Yeah. It's good for people like us who like being at the parks all day, because we can always, if we decide we want to do park hopper, we can go to Animal Kingdom at 7 a.m. and then head over to Epcot later in the day and be there from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. or whatever, whenever Epcot would close.
Like if we decided we didn't want Animal Kingdom anymore?
But I'm saying if we wanted more park time, we could get a park hopper without needing a reservation, go to Animal Kingdom in the morning so that we're there at a park as early as possible, and then we can go and stay at Magic Kingdom or something until like midnight, 1 a.m. so we're at a park as late as possible.
Well, you could have done that anyway. You just can't get to Magic Kingdom till 2.
Yeah, I guess.
How tired are you right now?
I had a long week.
I'm sure. Oh my gosh. I get what you're saying. It just really confused me. Okay.
I do that a lot.
And guys, regardless of these price increases, that's why we always recommend using a travel agent, because they can help you make sure that your trip stays in the perfect budget for your family. Obviously, we're giving you tips and tricks to make it happen as well, but they can do this for you. Yeah. So we're obviously going to recommend 407 and Beyond Vacation Co. because we are the official podcast for them.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know, if you're new here, 407 and Beyond is a Disney and Universal Orlando travel agency. They book and plan family vacations to destinations such as Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, Disney Cruise Line, and so many more places. It doesn't cost anything extra to book with them, and their services are 100% free. Their vacation planners will help you set up your perfect family vacation, so all you have to do is show up, have fun, and create family memories. If you want to get started now with your free no-obligation quote, you can head on over to www.407vacations.com.
And as always, we're going to put that in the show notes for you. You can go ahead and click the link. That's easier once we're done here. While you're listening, that's the cool part about phones. You can listen and do it at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's it for park news, for Disney news. That's all we're going to talk about today because we need to get into our final. I think it's our final.
I can't think of anything else that we would have to.
No, we'd really be beating a dead horse. This is our final snack draft, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Walt Disney World Snack Draft Part 5, talking about all of the classic Disney park staple snacks.
Yeah.
Did I describe that well?
Yeah. So I have a bit of a confession. Not all of my snacks are necessarily the mainstream Disney snacks because you gave me some freedom.
What freedom did I give? The rules that I gave for this one, for anyone wondering, was it needs to be one of the classic snacks you think of when you think of Disney parks, and it needs to be located in at least 2 parks or locations on property.
I may have stretched it a little bit.
That's no fun.
Okay.
Okay. Not like Stitch. So you didn't do just like classic snacks?
I have a list of classic snacks, but I was hoping that I would be able to pull a fast one on you and not have all classic snacks.
Can you give me an example and not do the draft that maybe there will be a part 6, guys. Can you give me an example of one of these stretched ones?
Yeah, 1 second. Well, since I can't do it, loaded tots? Because you told me that it had to be in 2 separate sections. 2 different areas of the park you had to be able to get them at. I felt like tots were pretty classic.
Where?
You can get tachos from Woody's Lunchbox, and you can get loaded buffalo tater tots from Friar's Nook. So that's 2 different spots. So that's why I was like, there we go. 2 spots, loaded tots it is.
I don't know if I agree with it because it's not. That's like a normal theme park food. That's not like a Disney classic snack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like my example when I was explaining that to you was Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Because you can get like Magic Kingdom Dole Whip.
Yeah.
They have Dole Whip at Disney Springs, but like there's not Dole Whip at every park.
That's okay. I have other stuff.
Does it fall in the same category as the other thing? The other thing that really is throwing me off is I think of tots as like that's a meal, a loaded tot.
See, I think that's where a lot of our miscommunication comes from. Is I eat normal snacks, and you always think that snacks are meals.
Like if that was mixed in with 4 other foods that were definitely snacks, I think it could be accepted. But like that, I wouldn't think that could be like your number 1 draft pick.
I have normal Disney things on here.
Okay. I'm excited to see what the listeners have to say about that.
They're probably going to side with you.
I think some people are going to message me and be like, tots are awesome. You're wrong, Gina. You suck. Stop bullying Ric.
No,
and some other people are going to be like, Ric, that's not a classic Disney snack.
It's not a classic Disney snack. It's just I heard what I wanted to hear, and you told me that it had to be in 2 separate parts of property.
At least.
Yeah.
Which I probably should have said 3. Clearly.
Well,
although they are in other spots.
One of my other ones is in 3 different places, but that's fine.
I'm so excited to hear this. Okay, so if you
I'll
haven't,
say it at the end. It's fine.
if you haven't been to our snack drafts before, the way that they work is if one of us picks a snack for our top 5 list, the other one can't have it. So if I said my number 1 pick was loaded tater tots, Ric can no longer pick loaded tater tots to be on his list. Mm-hmm. We want to pick the better starting lineup for the Disney snacks. Every other episode we've done individual parks. You guys can go back and listen to them. They're very entertaining. And every park we've gone through. So now this is the classic snacks. When we did the other parks, we weren't allowed to pick things like pretzels and popcorn. It had to be very park specific.
Yeah.
So this is the general snacks that are located all around Disney property, at least in 2 spots, although we probably should have said at least in 3. I tried to do at least in every park for my list, but we'll see what happens here. I'm really excited.
Like I said, I had the weird ones, but I also have a full list of the classic Disney ones.
You made a safety net in case I told you no?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay. All right. So, with the first pick in the 2023 Walt Disney World Snack Draft Classic Snacks Edition, Ric Landis. Who is your pick?
So,
what is your pick?
For anyone that is very into sports, you'll know that some years there's just a number one guy. The guy that everybody wants, and it's no question he's going number one overall.
I know who you're picking.
And I feel like this is the same thing with the classic Disney snacks. It kind of came out of nowhere. It's not an old classic Disney snack, but it's a classic Disney snack for sure. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody loves it. There's a variety or a variation for everybody. And number one is for sure Dole Whip.
Whoa, that's not what I thought you were picking. That's so funny.
I feel like Dole Whip is at the top of most people's list.
Is that at the top of your list,
snacks.
though? You're supposed to be going off what you like.
Yeah. The pineapple upside down Dole Whip.
Okay.
Delicious.
Fun fact, though, that was on my Magic Kingdom list.
Yeah.
Because it's only in Magic Kingdom. But so Dole Whip as a whole.
Yeah, so Dole Whip as a whole, but specifically that one is my favorite Dole Whip.
Okay, just it. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's so funny. Okay, if it's not on a pineapple upside down cake, what is your number one Dole Whip?
I like was it the raspberry pineapple one?
Oh, okay, yeah,
that one's really good.
That one's really refreshing on a hot day.
Yeah, that one's really good. That would be my second one, if not the pineapple upside down.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the one that comes with a shot of rum at the pineapple lanai at the Polynesian.
See, I'm a big fan of rum, and I don't hate that, but when I'm having Dole Whip, I just want Dole Whip.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like the orange Dole Whip that you can get at Sunshine Tree Terrace, that you can get in Adventureland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the citrus swirl. That's just frozen orange juice. I like the orange Dole Whip, especially swirled with the vanilla. Oh, so good. So good, but not citrus swirl. That's too orange juicy to me.
Yeah.
It tastes like if you took one of those canned orange juices and you just bit it. Like, you know when it's frozen?
I thought those were, like, normal. Because we had those all the time growing up.
I think a lot of people have those. When they're, like, the orange juice concentrate and you have to add water and stir it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have those. But, like, citrus swirl to me really tastes like if you just, like, took the can off and just bit into it.
Like a popsicle.
It's disgusting. So good. So Dole Whip. Okay, not where I thought you were going with your number one.
I'm curious to know where you thought I was going with my number one.
I think it's still going to be on your list, so I'm not going to say it.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we will. All right. So my
second overall pick.
Number one overall for Team Gina. I'm going with the Mickey ice cream sandwich. What?
That's an early pick.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a stretch.
You think?
Bit of a reach, I think, for your.
Oh no. I think it's such a classic. It's such a staple. It's so good. It's not too like heavy on like a hot day. Like, it's so delicious. Kids love it. Adults love it. Hot take. It is way better than the Mickey ice cream bar.
False.
So much better.
We don't want to spread false information.
This is not false. Don't get me wrong, guys. Everything we say, it's all your results may vary for every single thing that we say here. But that one, the Mickey ice cream sandwich, is good.
I'm not an ice cream sandwich person, so
clearly. It's so good. It's in so many places in the park. Although it is getting more and more overpriced by the minute.
Yes.
Every time we go, I feel like they raise the price on it again, and it is. You can now. I think it's only $1 cheaper than a full ice cream sundae, which I would absolutely choose before I would choose this ice cream sandwich.
Yes. There's a lot of good sundaes.
But that's ice cream to ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm picking between that and that.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that I'm not going to get an ice cream sandwich at some point while I'm in the park.
Uh-huh.
Every park. Every day. Oh, the ice cream's closed? That's fine. I'll just get an ice cream sandwich and walk and be happy.
Okay. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Do it.
What is the best ice cream sandwich you've ever had at Disney?
Like, the best Mickey ice cream sandwich? Like, what park had the best one?
No, like, best experience overall. So, if it was a hot day and it kind of brought you back to life, or you were having a really good day and then you had this and it made it even better. Ooh. Like, what's your number one memory of the ice cream bar?
Of the Mickey ice cream sandwich. So my first thought went to one of my first days of work at the Polynesian.
Okay.
They took us, I don't know if we were supposed to do this. We went like back towards like the cafeteria area to grab something, and the people just handed us an entire box of them. And we took them back to the freezer in the break room, like the lifeguard break room, and everybody ate one.
All right.
So like one of my first days of work, like at one of my first days of working at Walt Disney World, I was handed one of my favorite snacks at Walt Disney World. I was like, this is the life. I get it. I get why people love the Disney College program. So there's that one. That's probably my number one.
Okay.
Or, and I guess the answer is just whenever they're free, because my other option would be at Moonlight Magic.
Yeah, that was good.
When it was just a pile of them on the counter,
Yeah,
and they were
good.
like, just one at a time. So you would take one, and then you'd go back in line and take another, and then you go back in line and take. I ate so many ice cream sandwiches that night, I could have turned into one. If you are what you eat, I'm a Mickey ice cream sandwich.
It's funny.
All right, let's hear your number two.
Okay. Now this one I think might surprise, because it's going to be my second sweet in a row. But in my defense, they don't have, in my opinion, many good like salty snacks that are classics. They have some, but I just don't think they're better than the other ones. And my number two is going to be any version of a Disney cupcake.
That's on my list. How dare you?
Their cupcakes are so good.
Why? I don't get it. They're just a cupcake, but something about them.
Yeah.
The chocolate, the vanilla, the red, whatever kind. I got a Dole Whip cupcake one time. It was a pineapple flavored cupcake.
Sounds so good.
So good.
Yeah, their cupcakes are great. Any park you go to, any place you go to that has food is going to have some variation of a cupcake.
Feels like it.
And they're all different. None of them are the same. To answer my own question, my favorite or my like best memory of a Disney cupcake is when we went down. I forget what trip it was, but I remember I got a Stitch cupcake and it was so good. We were sitting at All Stars.
Yeah, that was when you moved me home from the Disney College
we stayed
program.
for like a week afterwards.
When I was moving home, we had my entire apartment was in an All Stars room.
Yeah.
That Stitch cupcake was good. It was a cookies and cream cupcake.
It was delicious.
I remember it like it was yesterday. It was delicious. Such a good cupcake.
All of their cupcakes are so good.
They're so good. And I love the different themes that they do. Funny enough, All Stars, all of the All Stars, but especially I think it's All Star movies, tends to have really good cupcakes.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a wild variation of cupcake, they're going to have it.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, there's a peanut butter and jelly cupcake. I forget where that's at. But they just have everything.
So fun. You know what's a really good cupcake?
What?
There was a gray stuff cupcake at Be Our Guest.
I saw that.
That's also cookies and cream. I think I just like the cookies and cream cupcake.
Cookies and cream cupcakes are delicious.
Yeah. But like I said, the pineapple upside down one, that one was really good. It was pineapple flavored icing. And I think a pineapple cupcake with like a cherry in it.
I think that might be one of the better parts of the cupcakes too, is the icing, because icing can make or break a cupcake, and their icing is always really good.
The one I got at Christmas time, I think they usually bring it back every year because it's such a staple cupcake. It's a vanilla cupcake, and it has a cake ball in it, a red velvet cake ball in it.
Okay.
And then they make a Christmas tree out of
No. Oh,
they
still on cupcake.
We're still on cupcake. They use like the crumbs to make like a Christmas tree and then put the icing around it. So it's like cupcake on cupcake on cupcake.
That sounds amazing.
They sell it at the Starbucks on Main Street.
Sounds really good. We should get that.
I've gotten it with you. Delicious.
I don't remember that.
It was the time that you walked up with 2 cinnamon buns. So I don't think you were worried about my cupcake in the slightest.
I do remember that. I don't remember you having a cupcake.
I don't remember anything you were doing in that moment.
I don't remember you having a cupcake. I know you had a breakfast sandwich for me.
Yes, and a cupcake for myself for breakfast.
Don't remember that.
But it was a good one. My sister's thing, for anyone who doesn't know, we posted it last time we were there, I believe, is she just eats at least a cupcake a day. Mm-hmm. So last time we went to Disney as a family, before we went, we are like, what is something everyone wants to do? And Sarah was like, I want to break my record on cupcakes. Like, we're going for 8 days. I want like at least like 9+ cupcakes. Yeah. Because the last trip she had like 1 a day. And she wanted to break that. I don't know if she did.
I don't think she did. I don't think she had as many cupcakes that time.
There wasn't as many places. There was a lot of just vanilla.
Yeah.
And she likes the fun ones.
Yeah. She likes vanilla, but she also likes switching it up and having some fun ones.
But that's the good part about Disney is there's so many different ones. Yeah. And it was like anywhere we went.
Usually.
It was just bad luck
just so happened that
anywhere we went, it happened to just be another vanilla cupcake. Yeah. But you're right. Different restaurants will have them, have different quick services will have that as the dessert option.
Yeah.
You know what I like too about Disney cupcakes?
What?
They'll give them to you if you get them from like a bakery case. They come in the plastic containers that don't touch them.
Good for travel.
So you can travel with them if you're getting them on the way home.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I literally brought a cupcake home to Sarah one time.
Yeah.
Like, they
It is a
traveled
perfect
really
case,
well. It flipped over, but it held all the icing in there. Then that was my fault for not being more aware of it. Like, it held the cupcake in, no problem.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's number 2 for me.
All right, that's fair. That's
I
definitely
think I'm off
fair.
to a strong start.
I think you are too. All right, my number 2.
Let's hear it.
This is a really weird thing to like as much as I do, and I'm one of the only people I think ever who likes these this much. A Disney Rice Krispie.
Okay.
Whether it's from the bakery case or it's pre-wrapped, is so good.
I got concerned for a second that you were sneaking turkey legs behind my back.
Don't you worry.
I've never even seen you eat one of those.
So if I'm not going to show you my list right now, but they're on my list because I was just making a list of everything I could think of, and they don't even have a number next to them. Like everything else has a number of when to say it.
And that's just there.
It's just written. It doesn't have a number. But no, the Rice Krispies. I think most people are just like, whatever, it's a Rice Krispie. Something about the Disney ones are so good. And when they dip them in chocolate and put the mini M&Ms on them, oh my gosh. And the fact that they're shaped like Mickey makes them taste even better. So good.
Maybe it's just because I know you so well, but if you were to tell me pick one generic Disney snack for Gina, it would either have been the ice cream sandwich or the Rice Krispie treat.
Yeah, because I love them.
So I'm not shocked that this is your number 2.
No, the Rice Krispie treats. The ice cream sandwich is my. Ooh, I want this. I'm buying it right now. Like I don't think twice about an ice cream sandwich. I want it. I see it. I get it. The Rice Krispies, that is my, I want a treat for the way home.
Yeah.
I want something to take with me because it comes like, even if you get it from the bakery case, they package it up for you.
Yeah.
So like it's my airplane snack. It's my snack for the room. Like I don't eat that on the spot normally.
Yeah.
So good. I have to get one every trip. It's so delicious.
They are good.
They are. And they sell like the little ones that look like lollipops where it's like a little Rice Krispie bouquet. So many options of good Rice Krispies. Was it even on your list?
No.
Did you know that I was going to pick it?
Yeah.
Well, you just said you did. So.
That's a good one, though.
Thank you. I don't think people
Underrated.
People don't appreciate it.
Underrated, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. I needed that. That made me feel better. Let's hear your number 3.
All right, I'm going to bring the first salty snack off the board. And kind of specifically because for some reason they're just better. But they are all over the place in different shapes. I gotta go with the Simba pretzel.
Okay, yeah, the shapes does matter.
The Mickey ones are good too. They're the same pretzel. Simba ones are just better. I don't know why.
I know why. I know exactly why the Simba ones are better.
Because you get to do the cheese thing?
Yeah, you take the cheese and you stick your thumb in it and you go on Simba's forehead and go, Simba.
Or whoever you're with.
Or you put the cheese on their forehead and hope that they're not someone who breaks out really bad who's going to get all annoyed.
That's a fun prank to play on someone next time you're there, though. Just pull the cheese out and Simba
their forehead. We taught our niece how to Simba when she was little. I don't think she does it anymore.
She would probably do it if we asked her.
Maybe. She would just walk up to people and go, Simba, on their forehead.
She was really into it for a little bit there.
She was. You'd be like, yo, Lil, go Simba Uncle Bobby. Simba. But I do think that that's why the Simba ones taste better.
That's fair. They're all good. The cheese sauce is super processed.
Oh yeah, so gross.
The pretzels themselves are very good. Better than the ones in Germany by a mile.
Oh my god, yeah.
Or a kilometer if we're in Germany.
All right, Carmen Sandiego.
What? Measure in kilometers.
So before I talk about this, I'm just going to ask, they're not on my list, so it can be a little bit of a spoiler. Are the jalapeno or cheddar pretzels on your list?
No, I can get them here.
Okay. Yes, so that's why they're not on my list. I do want to talk about them. So the pretzels that you're talking about, they are delicious. There are jalapeno stuffed pretzels and cheddar stuffed pretzels throughout Walt Disney World. Different places have them. And the reason that they're not on either of our list is because these pretzels cost like $7 or $8.
Yeah.
And if you live near a Wawa, they sell them there
for like $3.
Yeah, I think they're like $2.39 or something. And I always think that that's so expensive because a regular pretzel at Wawa is only like, I think they just raised the price to 99 cents, but forever they were like 79 cents.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, $2.39 for the stuffed one. And then I went to Disney and it was $7 for it.
Yeah.
So it's almost exactly the same thing. The Disney one's a little bit bigger. It is really good.
Yeah.
It just is not going to be on either of our lists because, like, we can have them all the time. It's not that special. But if you like spicy food, it is something good to try. Yeah. The Simba pretzel, the regular Mickey pretzel, those are, like, more of a safety pretzel, I feel like. Yeah, if you just want, like, the standard Disney pretzel.
For sure.
But the jalapeno one and the cheddar one they are very good, and they're worth trying, especially if you don't live near a Wawa. If you live near a Wawa, please take our advice and just go get it at Wawa. Do not spend $7 to get it at Disney. It's the same pretzel.
Or if you don't believe us, do both and let us know.
Oh, true. But
let us know. If
you know what we should do? We should go to Wawa and get one and bring it into Disney, and then buy the Disney one and compare them.
We could do that.
We could do that. We could call someone to do that. I bet you Josh would do that for us.
He probably would.
I'll call him. We'll see. I'll just send him a message and be like, Josh, here's what we need you to do. I know he likes that one. He's posted it on his Instagram that he likes the jalapeno pretzel.
Oh, really?
But there is a Wawa right next to Disney.
And he grew up around here, so.
Yeah, so.
You would think that would be something he picked up on.
I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he
doesn't care. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely worth trying. But Simba pretzel also worth trying.
Simba the best.
To Simba the pretzel
is that anywhere besides Animal Kingdom? I don't think so.
A Simba one?
Yeah.
No,
just
that's only Animal Kingdom, and then it's a Mickey pretzel everywhere else.
That's what I thought.
All right, so my number 3 is that what I'm on?
Number 3.
Okay, so the thing that I put for number 3 might be considered more of a meal, so I'm gonna skip to what I put for number 4.
Okay.
Which was a pretzel. So I'm gonna skip to what I put for number 5. My number 5 is Goofy's Glacier Freeze.
Is that the one from Disney Springs?
So it's in Disney Springs. They also sell it in Magic Kingdom. They also sell it in Animal Kingdom. Anywhere you can get a slushie, I believe it is called Goofy's Glacier Freeze.
Okay.
If not, it's just called a slushie.
I don't remember seeing Goofy's Glacier Freeze outside of Disney Springs. But
that's definitely the name of it.
Slushie
at the Big Top Circus.
Slushie makes sense. Yes. Well, I haven't been there in I don't know how long. We never make it over that far.
No, we were just in there, except the slushies were broken when we were there. So we didn't get it. But it's usually anywhere that there's a bakery case, they have the slushies behind it.
Gotcha.
And it's the Goofy's Glacier Freeze is like the official name of the slushies. And they're like something about the texture of the ice in these slushies. If you guys are new here, I love frozen drinks.
Yes.
Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, any kind of frozen drink I am a fiend for. I love them.
Yeah.
And those are just so good. You can mix the flavors. You can just go classic and not classic, but you can just go for like the refreshing and get just like a Powerade one, or you can mix all the flavors and have all these fun colors. Very fun. If you have any kind of discount, because they're usually sold by a bakery case, that means they're sold in a store, so you can use the discount on them.
Uh-huh.
Fun for kids, fun for adults, refreshing, delicious. Oh, I love it so much.
The Powerade ones are very refreshing on hot day.
I think any of them are. And like I said, the texture of the ice, it's not like a Slurpee of like 7 or 11. It's definitely more of a, like the crushed ice kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a melted snow cone.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit rougher around the edges.
In the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my mouth's watering. We made sure to eat before we recorded this episode, and still I'm like, I want a Glacier Freeze. I look forward to my ices in Disney. I get like one a day. The way that Sarah eats cupcakes is how I eat ices.
Yeah, that wasn't on my list, so.
I figured. I figured our list would be very different for this one. The other ones 100%. We kind of end up sharing things with like the specialty snacks, but with these we do kind of go on our own. Uh-huh. So I had a feeling they'd be different. The only issue with the Glacier Freeze is when you get the paper straw. So this is a good one if you bring your own straw, because then you really get that ice texture.
The paper straws will disintegrate in 5 minutes.
Oh, those strings destroy it. Absolutely destroyed. But
bring a reusable straw.
Yeah.
If you like straws.
If you like straws. It's a good pick-me-up, though, on a hot day.
Not bad.
It's a fun pick-me-up on a cold day. The sugar in it gets you going. That's my number 3.
Not a bad one.
I think it's a great one. I'm loving my list.
I'm loving my list.
I'm loving your list too. I was like, I want Disney snacks.
All right. My number 4. We're going back to Sweet Town.
Love Sweet Town.
I'm like Guy Fieri. Sweet Town.
Flavor Town.
Yeah. I'm going with the Disney churro.
Really?
Yes.
Hot take. They kind of suck.
They're not the best churros, but I love churros. So I make it work.
You settle.
Yes.
Because you want a churro.
Yes. Because churros are like one of my favorite desserts. I want them to be good.
You think that would make you dislike it more because they're not doing good.
But
they have so much potential.
They do.
And they just don't meet it.
They don't all the time. And it stinks. I'm second guessing this pick.
It's locked in.
It's locked in. I'm rolling with it. Churros are versatile. You can get them on a Sunday. You can get a regular churro. You can get a churro ice cream sandwich. You can get...
Oh my gosh, when they had that churro ice cream sandwich at Sleepy Hollow, that was the best thing Disney could have ever done with their crappy churros. It was so good. I don't even like vanilla ice cream, and that's what it came with. Guys, it was a churro that they made into a circle, and they made 2 of them, and they were hot, and they put vanilla ice cream in the middle and squished it down, and you ate it and just were happy.
I feel better now.
But they got rid of it.
That reaction was enough for me. It's fine.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I miss it so much.
Yeah.
I think about it sometimes. I'll just be laying in bed and I can't sleep, and I'm like, oh, Disney churro ice cream sandwich from Sleepy Hollow.
No, their churros are average, but the taste of the churro is what I go for. Because I like the cinnamon and the sugar, and they still have that, so it's like not as bad, but they're not as soft as I usually like.
Mediocre at best. I always hear though, so
Disneyland
churros are better.
I would love to have a Disneyland churro.
If our trip didn't get canceled. It's fine. I wonder if Disneyland Paris has one. We'll test them out in Disneyland Paris. They're probably like, what is a churro? The heck is this?
That's some fattening American food.
All right. On that note, am I on number 4?
You are on number 4.
Okay.
You have 2 more. I have 1 more.
Okay. I'm going to a salty treat.
Okay.
Disney popcorn.
I knew this was going to be next.
Did you? Why was it going to be next for you if I didn't take it?
No, I thought you were going to have this one at 3.
Oh. I thought about it.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know what? First of all, I love popcorn.
Yeah.
And I've never had bad popcorn in Disney. I've never been like, this isn't good. I'm so mad I just spent this money. Also, it's such an affordable snack, especially if you get a refillable bucket. Those refillable buckets, they say they're only good for your trip. And this is another one of those like results may vary people.
Yeah.
But anytime you bring them back, they refill them for you.
Mm-hmm.
The refills are not even $3.
Yeah.
Such a good deal. I've seen people buy buckets at like a thrift store if they see them and bring them in. Like, it's fine. You can lend them out. The popcorn bucket we have has made its way around my family.
Yeah.
To cousins and everything for when they're going with their kids.
That's a great one.
Perfect snack for kids. Perfect snack for adults. It's so good. I love that you can just put the lid on the bucket and bring it on a ride.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about it.
I have a question.
Let's hear it.
If they still had the flavors, would it still be 4?
Yeah, because I think regular popcorn was better than the flavored popcorn.
Okay. You always say how you wish they still had the flavors.
I do. I miss the flavors because it was a nice change of pace when you can get regular popcorn all week.
Uh-huh.
But I love the regular popcorn. The flavor of it. I like the feeling of like the butter and the salt on my fingers. I love the smell of it. As soon as you walk on Main Street, like I think it's so good. And it's so much like you're in Disney when you're smelling that popcorn.
Yeah, it's one of the best snacks in line for sure.
Yeah.
You can just pick at it.
Oh my god, yeah. Everyone can pick at it. Everyone shares it. And like I said, it's under $3 for a refill.
Yeah.
It somewhat depends on what park you're in because parks, this is a cool fact for you guys to impress your friends. The parks technically sit in different cities or different like jurisdictions. So sometimes different food items will cost more because of tax and whatever. Like a pretzel in Animal Kingdom, for example, might cost less than a pretzel in Magic Kingdom. Those are just 2 random examples I threw out. If I would have known that I was going to be talking about this, I would have actually got the numbers for you. But no matter what, the popcorn never goes over $3.
Huh.
That's pretty cool, right?
That is really cool.
Yeah. I'll have to get the actual numbers for everybody so I can actually like show you the breakdown.
Yeah.
It's only by a few cents, but it does, if you actually look at it, it can make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to look up the actual like official reason why, but it's something to do with like where the parks are sitting in relation to the price. But yeah, I think their Disney popcorn, delicious. Like I said, I've never gotten bad Disney popcorn either. Have you?
I don't think so.
Like, I've never gotten popcorn and been like, this is stale, this is dry, this doesn't have flavor. Nothing. It's always perfect.
Yeah, the closest I've ever gotten is like too many kernels still in the thing.
That just means they scooped all the way to the bottom for you.
Yeah. So.
Still.
It's a good one. It's a good one at 4.
It's a great one at 4. My list is awesome.
Same.
Let's hear your number 5. Your last pick. And the final pick.
This is where it's really tough because I feel like all the really good stuff is gone. And I feel like this last pick is, I don't even know if it's considered a classic or not.
Turkey leg.
No. I have respect for myself. I'm kidding.
You like turkey legs,
you like turkey legs. I'm not a huge fan. No. My number 5 is the Disney pickle.
I have been waiting for you to say the pickle since like 2. Not since 1. 1 is still, you didn't say at all what I thought was going to be your number 1.
What?
I really thought you were going to say the ice cream bar.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like it, but I'm just not the biggest ice cream person.
That's so funny. But no, I think the pickle is a solid option.
Uh-huh.
Again, though, everyone says they're better in Disneyland.
I would love to try it because the ones in Disney World are phenomenal.
They're so good. And something about them is just so refreshing. A pickle should not be that refreshing.
And they're so cheap.
By Disney standards.
They're like $2.
Oh, they're more than that.
No,
that's all they are?
last time I got one, it was like $2.
In my brain, they were like $5 for a pickle.
Last time I got it was like $2. It was awesome.
Huh. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, the pickles, that's a good snack.
Yeah. I love a good pickle.
And for anyone who doesn't know, what he's talking about is a full pickle that you get. It comes in like a plastic wrapper.
Full pickle.
Where can you get them in each park? Give me your logic, because the only park I can think of that I know has them is Hollywood Studios. No, just kidding. I know where it is in Animal Kingdom. It's in Africa.
I was going to say, I think it's in Africa and Animal Kingdom. I just don't remember exactly where.
Okay, no, yeah, I think it's probably in every park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the one stand in Frontierland, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and
over
then
by where the chairs and stuff are.
It's either the Frontierland stand or the Liberty Square stand.
I think it's
the Liberty Square. Oh, that's really funny. And then what about Epcot? Oh, it's at that healthy stand right outside of the Land Pavilion.
Yes.
Yeah, where they have the pickles, they have hummus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a great snack.
I approve.
Pickles are delicious.
I approve of your number 5. So what were some of the options that you had on there that you were going to try and weasel in? Because those were all really great things that you picked.
Would you like to do your 5th one first, and then I'll tell you, or do you want me to tell you first?
You can go ahead and tell me first.
Okay. I have logic for all of them as well. So I had the loaded tots, which I told you about. To me, tater tots are a snack.
Okay.
Dumplings. They have dumplings at the China Pavilion. They have pork dumplings in ginger sauce at Ohana. And they also have dumplings in Morimoto Asia. Those are both as appetizers, though.
Oh my god, that was a stretch. Okay. that was a big stretch. I'm not even going to... No. Okay, next one.
I did have ice cream on here, which isn't really a stretch.
It's like an ice cream sundae?
Well, yeah, like the Ghirardelli stand, but then they also have like the stuff in France and other places. It was the hand-dipped ice cream that I was going for. And then also nachos.
Okay, yeah, these are all stretches. So, yeah. Because everything that we picked was, like, more specific, except, like, cupcakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were all
No, it was, to be completely honest, I just, like, forgot that we were doing the classic Disney snacks, and I just started snacks. It's kind of like the other night when you said favorite food, and you meant to say favorite snacks. So, you got me a bag of Doritos, and I got you a corn chip beef.
You got me a brisket. You attempted to get me a brisket. You accidentally bought me corned beef.
Kind of like that. Again,
Okay.
I had the other
Just
options
heard what you
there
wanted to hear.
in case I wasn't allowed to do those, which I figured I probably wasn't going to be able to.
I really think you made the right call having the other options. Okay, so my last one.
The last pick.
Last pick. I went with the caramel apples.
From where?
In the bakery cases at all the parks.
Oh, okay.
Like the candy apples that
That's
they have.
an interesting one. Explain.
The decorated apples that they do, where you can get.
No, I know what you're talking about. I'm just wondering why this is on your list.
Because I think that they're delicious. They're usually dipped in caramel and then chocolate and then decorated to look like Mickey Mouse or Sorcerer Mickey or Minnie Mouse or something really cool. I've seen goofy ones. I think that they're so fun. They taste delicious. There are 2 downsides to these, though.
Let's hear them.
One, they're expensive.
Yeah.
The legit, like, really good ones that are decorated really pretty are $10 or $12,
Yeah.
which, because it's an apple. Why does this apple cost that much? Yes, it's decorated beautifully and it tastes delicious, but why does it cost so much? The second thing, they do not travel well.
No.
I have gotten them and tried to bring them home and ended up with melted caramel just spilled all over my bag.
That was so bad.
It was so bad. Thank God it was in a bag in there. So
Yeah.
they stuck it in the plastic and then they put it in a bag and then I stuck it in my backpack. And I opened it up in the airport to take a bite of it, and it was just spilled out all over the plastic and all over the plastic bag that it was in. And I will never travel with a Disney apple again. Like, it is an eat it then or don't eat it at all because it was a mess and it wasn't pretty anymore. And I was like, I just spent like $12 on this apple and it exploded in my bag.
Yeah, that was bad. I remember that.
I didn't like. I'm still confused on how it happened. Maybe it was too warm in the bag for it, so like the caramel just melted. I don't.
Maybe the X-ray.
Is that how science works?
I don't know.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It was disgusting. So don't travel with them or put them in like a cooler, maybe like a cooler diaper bag or something. I don't know. It did not work just in my normal backpack.
Yeah, don't put them in a normal backpack.
Thank God it was in a bag, in my bag, because otherwise my clothes would have been completely destroyed. I would not have had fun trying to wash caramel out of all my clothes. But yeah, so those are the 2 downsides to it.
It's an interesting last pick.
The caramel, oh, it's so good. And I like watching them make them, like watching them decorate them. It's so entertaining.
Can I see the rest of your list?
Yeah, I can read them for you if you want.
What's on there that you didn't say?
Mickey waffles. That was the one that I was like, it's kind of a meal, so I didn't know if I
doing those as well.
Yeah, so they're like a staple food. I just didn't know if they would count as a snack.
I would have counted it.
Would you?
Yeah.
I think it depends. Like the blueberry waffles in Hollywood Studios, those to me are more of a snack. But if you're getting waffles at like a quick service at a resort, like that's your breakfast. That's a meal.
Yeah, but at the same time, like if you get Mickey waffles as a breakfast, you're getting what, 3 Mickey waffles with your breakfast or whatever?
Roughly.
But at the same time, they have the snacks at like Magic Kingdom where they have the chicken and waffle.
That's a meal.
That's a snack.
Oh my God. I also had a turkey leg on there.
Just because you felt like you had to?
Because I was writing it, and I was just writing things that are in all the parks, and I was like, well, a turkey leg, and I was like, I'm not picking this. It tastes like ham, people. I don't understand it. I got one in 2019 on Christmas Day, so I could have turkey on Christmas, and I ended up eating ham on Christmas. And it lasted me like 3 days.
That's so funny.
I took it back to my apartment, tore it up, and ate it every day for lunch for like a few days. Stuck it in my salad. It was...
That's so funny.
It wasn't good. I don't recommend. They're expensive. They're more for just the thrill of having one, not for the enjoyment of eating one.
Yeah.
I also had the pre-packaged popcorn that you can get in all the parks at like the confectionaries in the different parks. Anywhere where there's bakery case, they usually have them packaged. The cookies and cream one specifically, I think is delicious. They're really good for like, if you have the meal plan, you got snack credits to spend. You can take those, cash in your snack credit, have something for the plane maybe, or just something fun to enjoy. I do really like the cookies and cream one.
Okay.
And that's it. I did think about the different candies and stuff too. Mm-hmm. They usually have really good candies from like it's the Goofy's Candy Co. brand. Yeah. Like they have those, but they didn't even make the written down list.
There's a lot to choose from.
There was a lot to choose from. And I hope that we really helped everybody in picking some good snacks to try for their trip. And I hope that if you try the turkey leg, it's everything that we described it as.
Bad.
No, I hope it's delicious and that you love it so much. But if not, told you. We warned you.
More for you.
I don't really like fully enjoy saying I told you so, but like, told you so.
She enjoys it.
I love it so much. Do you have any other ones you want to add?
My only backup in case I ran out of the other ones based on what you picked was, again, not sure if it's considered a classic Disney snack, but I feel like Joffrey's Donuts can be potentially stretched onto the list.
They're in every park. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. It's not like one of the first things you think about, but it is in every park, and I like donuts.
Yeah.
So.
That was the only one?
That was it, yeah. It was just a backup in case I ran out. I didn't know what you were going to be picking, so.
Did I say anything you were going to say?
Run me through your top 5 again.
The ice cream sandwich.
Nope.
Rice Krispie.
Nope.
Glacier Freeze.
Nope.
Popcorn. Candy apple.
Popcorn was on my list.
Okay.
But it was...
Also like a 6 or 7.
Yeah, it probably would have been before the donut if it wasn't taken from you at that point, but I knew it was going to be, so.
Okay, gotcha. That's the same thing that happened to me, actually. You said pretzel, which was on my list, and then cupcake was lower on my list.
Okay.
I don't think I would have even got to it.
No?
Actually, I did have it before the candy apple.
I was happy that I picked pretzel since you were about to have to pick that.
Yeah, about to have to pick it.
Well, you said you were going to 4, and then I picked it, so.
True. But that's it. That's all we got. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I like doing these drafts.
So do I. Listeners like it too. These are pretty well listened to episodes.
It's fun to just talk about snacks.
Food. Give you guys ideas of what to eat on your trip if you've never been. I hope that we helped you out and that you got some good treats.
Yeah. These are all classics. There's a million other snacks.
A million.
That you can eat while you're there. Most of which I would say are better than these. Broaden your horizons while you're there. But definitely try these.
Some of these are definitely worth trying.
No, I'm not saying don't try them. Like, if you go, have a Mickey pretzel. But also branch out and try other
the
stuff.
spring rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
you know what's weird?
Fair.
Spring rolls was actually what was on my mind. I just didn't say it.
Whoa. That's crazy.
But yeah,
2 hands of a whole idiot.
Try the other stuff too. Go listen to our other snack draft episodes and listen to each park because none of these things are on any of those lists.
But they are all at every park.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you like what you heard, we love when you give us reviews. Make sure you give us reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the stars you want to give, which is hopefully all of them because the more the merrier. That's all that we have. If you want to find us on social media, we are at Spill the D Podcast. And until next week, we will
see you at the castle.